Kiki Palmer, baby daddy, left a nasty taste in her mouth. Ha! He traumatized her.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine if you are new here. If you're new to the channel, of course, hit the subscribe button. Turn your notifications on so you never miss an episode. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. So I know that we live in the era that nothing is traditional, right? We have laws, all traditions, they don't matter who needs them. Like, got it. Okay. But I think some things are here for a reason, specifically when it comes to a marriage. Okay. When you are typically married, the goal is to be together with your partner, right? Not be alone, not be separate. It's to be together. Well, according to Kiki Palmer, okay, Kiki said she don't want to live with no man. She wants her alone time. And I'm going to share this video for y'all. We're going to come back and talk about it.
One thing I need you to know is that I never want to live together.
Pretend we're on a first date. Okay. And I'm like, okay, Kiki, do you want the steak? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so do you want kids?
I could be open, but one thing I need you to know is that I never want to live together. I like my alone time.
But is that real?
That's real.
Oh, wait, are you speaking as Kiki?
Yeah,
I'm speaking as the Kiki. I just feel like, Whoopi Goldberg said it best once. She was like, I don't want nobody in my house.
Yeah.
Wait, feel that. Time out. You're for real right now?
She's for real.
So married even.
So you're going to live around the corner?
Around the corner would be great. We can be in a guest house, you know what I'm saying? We can be on the same, land, but I'm over there and he's over there.
Yeah.
At best, separate rooms.
So what about, you go to the bathroom, you have the 2 toothbrushes?
Think about how fun it would be to be like, I'm going over to my man's house.
Yeah.
Over there.
Over there.
You know what's
Keeps
right?
it fun and exciting. I want to go sit on his couch.
And he better clean when you're coming over.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? I will say I'm laughing about it, but there are probably people watching right now who agree with you. Oh, man, I said the 2 toothbrushes, and she's like, no.
So I'm going to preface this by saying this, that no woman, no matter what race you are, no matter where you come from, do not listen to this. Do not let Kiki Palmer talk you into believing this. It's cool. This is normal. Kiki is speaking from trauma. Kiki is speaking from poor decisions. That's what I hear. That you have now tried to make it seem like it's this cool fun. Like, don't you want to go to your man's house? Just like Tia Mowry tried to play like she was so happy about her divorce and she was just graduated. That was some BS. And I feel like this is some BS. This is coming from a place of a woman who is traumatized, who didn't pick the right man for herself, has a child by him, and now I want to be by myself. I don't want to live. I want to do what I want to do, basically, is what it's saying. And wanting to being in a relationship, specifically married, and being separate means you want to do things by yourself, and that's not a marriage. That's not a commitment. Oh, it's nothing fun about going to your man's house. What about the kids? How does it work when you have children? Where do the kids go? Like, so we're raising our kids in a home that we're married, but they're going to live separate and they're going to go back. Like, make it make sense. So are we all going to daddy's house? We all pack up and go to daddy's house? And does daddy pack? Like, this is not normal. And we are taking things way too far. And it's just going back to the feminism movement of men not being in the homes. That's basically what it is. And of course, I hate to say this, but of course there are women, Black women who fall for this foolishness, who continue to add on to this, we don't need a man, I could do it by myself rhetoric. And I'm going to share a few of these videos and we'll come back and talk about it.
Having a man-free home is the cheat code, no matter what your tax bracket is. Kiki Palmer is going viral for saying that she wants to have a man-free home. And it sends the alarm to a lot of people, especially when a Black woman says it, because it represents autonomy. Having a man-free home represents choice. Having a man-free home rejects the notion that women need men for financial stability. And a lot of people will take it personally when you say, I don't want to live with a man, as if it's an attack on partnership. It's an attack on marriage. But who told us that we had to live with our partner? Like, why is that a thing? And why is it outside of the norm for us to not want to live with a partner? Having a man-free home allows you to prioritize your peace, prioritize your nervous system, prioritize choice, and have things your way in your sanctuary.
More women are stepping up and speaking up for themselves, and I love it. I love it. No, man, I did it. I tried it. It didn't work out. It's not for me, because it's not for everybody. It's not. Marriage is not for everybody. Long term, living in the same house and 40 years, it's not for everybody. And once you try something and you realize that it doesn't work for you, and then you might try it again, but if it don't work, let it go. Let it go. But people, they want to force marriage, and it's the right way. For who? For who? Women are starting to wake up and realize that being quiet and holding secrets and keeping dysfunction under the radar is not the way to live. Being in a marriage that's dysfunctional, and you smile for the cute family pictures for Christmas every year and family photos, it's the smile on everybody's face, but everybody is being abused and everybody is living in silent toxicity. Yeah, that's not the way to live. And no, it might have been that way when women were more, dependent on the man's income, and they had to go along with it, and they really didn't have no say so. They had to be stay-at-home moms and stuff. But now women are becoming the breadwinners. So yeah, they're not staying in dysfunction to please society or to please nobody. To please nobody. Women are not. They're not doing that no more. It's over. It's over.
So believing that she has the cheat code and she figured out, she solved the problems, a man-free house, is just ridiculous. Because let's think about it. They want a man-free house, but when things go wrong, they're going to call a man to fix it. Period. A water leakage, a light going out, roofing, breaking stuff, whatever it's going to be, a man is going to have to come fix it. So you want a man-free house, but we'll still need a man to come and do it for you. That means you can't really do everything on your own. You really can't. And again, what does it say for our children? Like, how do you explain this? What is that? How do you raise your kids? How do they turn out? I think it's so interesting that specifically in the Black community, we love to be victims, and we love to always find a way to make someone a victim and label them. But when a woman is talking about how much she don't need a man, how she could do better by herself without a man, they never see that as, oh, she's traumatized. She's speaking from a place of hurt. Most of the time, they don't see that. Most of the time, they don't pick up on that at all. But everything else, they'll tell you that you hate your mother by calling out this behavior. But somehow her saying she don't want to live with a man ever again in life, and she has a child by a man, this is, she's good. She cracked the code. She figured it out for us. There's nothing traumatizing for them when it comes to this. This doesn't read traumatized. This doesn't read she needs to go heal. This doesn't read she needs to go find herself. They don't pick up on that from this. Most of them don't. But this woman, she touched on that, and I'm going to share this, and we're going to come back and talk about it.
Kiki Palmer, baby daddy, left a nasty taste in her mouth. Ha! He traumatized her. Kiki Palmer said she never wants to stay with a man. She said she's open to everything but sharing her space. Let me tell you something, Kiki. If I was you, I would not want to share my space with a man either. Not a man that possibly could abuse me like a baby daddy had did you. Now, I don't mean to cause no backlash or no triggers, but let me just explain something. Kiki Palmer is young. She's impressionable. She has went through a very traumatizing situation in her life, and that was her child's father. He was very aggressive, jealous, and he put his hands on Kiki. So that what makes Kiki feel like, you know what? I deal with you, but I'm going to deal with you, and I'm going to have my own space, and I'm going to have my peace in my space. My big thing about this scenario that Kiki is creating for herself, she's still young. She's young. So with that being said, you have to live and learn. And 9 times out of 10, he's been showing signs that he was abusive. It's just he waited So when he felt comfortable to go in and put his hands on Kiki. But this what gets me is that like we speak about things, not really realizing the reason why we feel about the things that we speaking. So I'm with Kiki because I'm not gonna lie, Kiki, at 42, I like having my space. But I like having that inside too. I like to roll over in that peckerwood or that eggplant is right there waiting on me. Bye, Kiki.
So I will say, from what we heard when that situation with Kiki Palmer, her boy and her son's father was going on, I believe allegedly there was information about both of them being physically violent to each other, from what I can remember, allegedly. But don't get me wrong, what she went through in that relationship could have still played a factor in her speaking this way. I don't want to live with a man anymore. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she's not that young. I don't know why we get this confused about she's young. Like, she's in her 30s. Like, you know, like she ain't just, you know, but I think that it's interesting that we feel like this is how we're supposed to live, or we're getting something like, I don't know why we pretend like we love to be by ourselves, but yet you'll say you don't want a man in your house, you want to live by yourself, you don't need nobody, you love your alone time, but you're hosting parties all the time. Your friends are over all the time. You're going out all the time because you're still trying to be around someone else. To me, it gives, you need to go heal, and it also gives sneaky. It gives sneaky, selfish, like, what are you up to? What are you doing? Why don't you want your man in the house with you? I just think that, like I said, we're going so far and we're trying to create stuff that don't need to be created. Sometimes it's meant to just be what it is. It's just meant to be what it is. The the home is in order. God first, the man, the wife, the children. You don't want to follow that. That's what it is. You don't want to follow that. You want to do whatever you want to do and raise the kids however you want to raise them when they're in your home. And it's a bunch of chaos and it's not fair to the children. But, you know, I'm sure she'll find somebody who will fall for this. I'm sure she will. I mean, it is what it is. But I want y'all to know that y'all not Kiki Palmer. The average woman is not a Kiki Palmer to be able to speak like this and just make it happen. Right? Resource-wise, celebrity status, financially, we're not her. Women of all race and backgrounds, please do not fall for this. Find you a man that you are willing to compromise and work with and build together and love on each other, and find your alone time in your home. He has his space, you have your space. We are together, okay? But let me know your thoughts on this topic in the comments. Please share what you think about this. And would you live by yourself would you live alone? Would you live separate? Like, would you do this type of thing in your marriage? Let me know in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed it, of course. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next episode soon. Bye.